Hello everyone. Are you already thinking about how you are going to stay in good shape over the festive season, over the Christmas holidays? Is that something that whilst you're running around from one thing to the next, you have already started to worry about, get slightly anxious about, wondering how you're going to do it? You know, that feeling of I don't want to undo all the good that I've done and then be back to square one in January. If that's something that you are already thinking about, then you need to continue listening to this. It's something that I've been talking about quite a bit with my members, and it's something that has cropped up for me this year more than it has in other years. And the reason for that is I was having a chat with my children a few weeks ago and we were talking about Christmas. I was asking them, what's your favourite thing about Christmas? And during that discussion, I came to a realisation that on Christmas Day itself, I don't get to spend as much time with my children as I would like. And that is because we host Christmas, it's at my house. I'm in the kitchen for most of it, which I'm not complaining about because I really enjoy cooking. But because of that, and it's one meal after the next, and just making sure everyone's happy, the other people in my family are playing with the children, helping them put batteries in the new toys and all of that. And I'm kind of missing out on it, which so far has, no one's been upset about it. But then I started thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to create that space in my day so that I can spend that time with the children? So I'm nearing the end of my term teaching my classes, and me and some of the ladies that I teach who are also mums were talking about this, and they said, oh yeah, but you just prepare all the food the day before, Sarah. And I said, what? They said, well, you just make sure that like all the veg and everything, the peeling and the chopping and all of that, you do it the day before, so that on the actual day it's already in the pans ready, you just turn it on. And this was a complete revelation to me. Why had I never thought of doing that? Why had I never thought, and I make all the desserts and everything days in advance so that that's done, but why had I never thought to do the thing that makes me, spend more time in the kitchen than I would like on actual Christmas Day? And I couldn't get my head around why I'd never thought of this before. It was so simple, and I'm absolutely going to implement that and do that, and I already have that planned out. But what it then made me realise was when I was talking to friends and some of my clients, when we were talking about how to then stay healthy over that festive season and, stay in good shape, that some of those things that you can do are also very simple, but which we just forget about, or we're not mindful of, or it's just never crossed our mind before. So I wanted to come on and share those with you in case you get the light bulb moment that I did when people were like, well, why aren't you just doing it the day before, Sarah? So I wanted to share that with you. And when I'm talking about staying in good shape, I'm talking about physical and mental and emotional shape, because it can be a trying time for many of us when we are spending long periods of time in a confined space with close family. It's, we don't tend to do that a lot during the rest of the year, so it can have its moments. And so we need to be thinking about our mental health as well as our physical health. So I have come up with kind of 5 simple things that I absolutely implement over the festive period. And I'm going to share those with you, see if any of those resonate. If you are watching and you've got any other ideas or things that you make a habit of doing every single year to maintain your sanity or for your body, then please let me know. The first one that is really important is to go for a walk. And that's because we are, as I say, tend to stay inside. We're in the kitchen, we're preparing, and then there's the lunch, then everyone crashes on the sofa, there's present opening, then it all tends to be in the house, and it's cold outside, so people don't necessarily want to go and do that. But it's important for us to factor that time in, I think. I always try and do this, and that's a brisk 30-minute walk. And that can be on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, or, for an extended period of time. And that can be on your own, because you need the headspace, or you can encourage the children to go if they're going a bit stir crazy and the behaviour is going a little bit, they've had too many quality streets or Skittles or something random that a lovely relative has sent. You can take them out, and they object, but if they're made to go, then they enjoy it, and everyone comes back a little bit more refreshed, and you're not at each other's throats so much. So obviously walking in a brisk walk is going to get the heart rate up. You don't have to be doing a workout that you're dripping with sweat, that you feel like you need to go and lift weights or something like that. A walk is enough. That just keep your body moving and get outside and get the fresh air. If you need to drive somewhere to get into the countryside, do that. Just get out, go for that walk, and that totally can be on your own. The second one is try not to graze throughout the day. And there are so many temptations over Christmas because there's food everywhere. Even if you try and limit the amount of food that you buy or that's in the house, if like me, you have relatives that come, everyone, because you're hosting, wants to bring things. So even if you said, no, you don't need to bring anything, just X, Y, Z, that's fine. There's still all the extra stuff that turns up. And you don't know what to do with it. People open boxes, people open it because it's there to be eaten. And it's just everywhere, including the alcohol. So there's always a bit of grazing going on. There's nuts, there's crisps, there's all kinds of things. Try not to do that. I'm not saying completely avoid eating those foods. I'm not saying don't go in the quality street box. What I am saying is that your digestive system needs a break at some point. So if you're going to have the quality street, have them after your meal. Have the meal, then have the quality street, and then give your body a break. Let the digestive system do what it needs to do, and then you're going to feel less lethargic, less bloated, less bleh. So try not to just be grazing the whole time. And if that means removing all the bowls of things that are everywhere and just sticking them to one side or in one particular room that you're not going to spend much time in, do that. If other people want to graze, that's fine. But try and limit it if you can. Drink water. Drink plenty of water. This is because some of us are having alcoholic beverages over Christmas. Sometimes we forget to drink because we're so busy, but we need to keep hydrated so that you don't end up with the headache, you don't end up feeling lethargic and moody and just yuck. Try and get as much water in as possible. Also, if you're starting to think, oh, actually, I do want another handful of nuts, have a drink of water instead. Opt to have the glass of water rather than the grazing part of the day. If you start to feel like you want to start dipping into that in between your meals, try a glass of water first and have a think, am I actually hungry? I can have nuts, but maybe I'll have them a bit later and just give my digestive system a rest. But replacing that with water, if you can, is a really good idea. Get a workout buddy. So if you are planning on working out over Christmas, if that is something that you want to do, if that's already in your routine or you want to try and maintain that, then I would suggest finding someone to do it with. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're physically with that person, but it might mean you're dropping each other a text saying, have you done your workouts? But because it's a tricky time of year, because you will get those people that are like, oh, what are you doing that for? You don't need to go and do that. Come and have another piece of Christmas cake with me. You've got to realise that some people who are offering that to you and are trying to dissuade you from doing something you want to do that you know is good for you, either your mental health or your physical health. If you have people around you that are trying to dissuade you from doing that are trying to persuade you to eat more cake, eat more this, eat more that, have another gin and tonic, go on, it's Christmas. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. The reason that they're trying to get you to do it is because they don't want to do it on their own. And if someone else is doing it with them, they feel less bad about it. So they're trying to persuade you to do it so that you can be, in it together. So you need to be strong. You need to be able to say no. But if you've got an accountability buddy, if you have someone that is there, a workout partner that is going to make you do that other thing, then you've better chance of getting that done. So trying to ignore the people that you know are pulling you in the wrong direction because of their motives and how they're feeling. They don't want, if they're feeling guilty, they're not motivated to work out, they want to have another gin and tonic and want to eat all the Christmas cake. They're not going to feel good about themselves if you're going off to do a workout. So it's not about you, it's about them, and you can just park that and let them deal with it. But getting that buddy can really, really help keep you motivated and just moving. That might be meeting someone for a walk. That might mean going for a jog. It might mean whatever it means. But, try and be more intentional about setting that up over Christmas if you can. And the final one, number 5, is something that we discussed in a masterclass that I did recently with someone else inside my membership. And this was being kind to yourself. So not giving yourself a hard time if all I've just said goes out the window and you just binge all day and, you eat all the turkey, all the food, and you spend all afternoon on the sofa. And Christmas is to be enjoyed. Absolutely it is. So if that happens, if that's the situation you find yourself in, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a time to celebrate being with loved ones and appreciating each other, having gratitude for what we've got. Some of us are not around big families, some of us, in difficult situations, but it's a time for showing gratitude, feeling that gratitude, and it's not a time to be giving ourselves a hard time over the fact you think you've eaten one or too many mince pies. So if that does happen, then I would encourage you to, hi Rachel, to put a full stop after it, to park it and say, okay, that's what happened then. Or, it could be, that's what happened this morning, I'm not going to do it this afternoon. It could be, that's what happened all day, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. Or it could be, I've done that for a few days. But not to have that mindset of, well, I've done 2 days, so I might as well blow out the entire week. If you don't want to do that, put a full stop after it, park it, don't feel bad about it. You're entitled to enjoy yourself, and whatever shape that takes. We'll have different definitions of enjoyment. If there's anyone here that does any of my classes, they'll know what my definition of enjoyment is, quite different to other people's. So that's fine. That's absolutely fine if that's what you do. But I would encourage you not to be mean to yourself. If you've had fun, you've had fun. Park it. Move on. Tomorrow's another day. So please, please don't continue that over that period of time. So hopefully that's helpful to you. So 5 things to think about. The first one is to go for a walk, get outside. The second one, try not to graze throughout the day. Third one, hydrate, drink more water, especially if you've been drinking alcohol. Try and alternate alcoholic drink, water. Certainly, keep topped up, otherwise you are going to get that headache. Fourth one is get a workout buddy. And the fifth one is do not give yourself a hard time. So staying in shape over the holiday period is not just about physical shape. It is about our well-being. It's about physical and mental and emotional health. So those 5 things, if you can pop those into your day over that period, will really help you with all 3 aspects. And sometimes we have to slow down a little bit. If you find yourself barking at people, getting irritated, finding you're counting to 10 and having to breathe, go for a walk. Please get out of the house, get a change of scenery, take in the fresh air, and just have a little bit of time on your own. And when you come back, you will be so much more resilient to having those people around you, but also to the temptations of the food. So I hope that helps. If anyone's got any questions or any suggestions or ideas that they've learned over the years has worked for them, please do share. But keep moving and just be a little bit more mindful of, how much you're consuming on a constant basis. It's fine to, have that with our meals, but the constant grazing is what makes us feel pretty pants at the end. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. If you are looking forwards to 2020 already and you're thinking, yep, I want to, get my fitness back on track, then the 5-day ballet abs challenge is back, and I'll pop the link below this video for the waitlist page. So if you pop your name on that abs challenge waitlist, then you'll be the first to know when that is open for enrollment. It's a free 5-day challenge, and every single day, if you've not done it before, I know a lot of you have, if you haven't done it before, every single day you are emailed with a new workout. And we do the workouts every single day, and I'm live every single day walking you through other topics, talking about different things, answering your questions. And it's a really, really fantastic way to kickstart your health and fitness. People get amazing results from just doing a 10 to 15 minute workout every day for 5 days. So if you want to experience that, please get your name on that wait list, and I'll put the link below to get so that you can do that. I can't see any questions. So, but if you're watching this on the replay and you've got any questions, please do pop them below and I will get back to you. But in the meantime, take a deep breath. We have 4 more days to go, at least if you have children at school, and possibly some of you are finishing up work this Friday. Take some deep breaths. You are nearly there. If there's things you haven't done yet, that is fine. None of us are perfect. There's plenty I haven't done yet, but I'm cool with it. It'll happen eventually, and if it doesn't, what's the worst that could happen? So try and be kind to yourself. Know that you've probably already achieved a ton and that you're most probably ready. So don't give yourself a hard time. Hi, Alison. Love the walk tip, something I'm going to try this Christmas, I think. Yeah, it's really good, unless it's hammering it down with rain, and to be honest, I would probably still go. It's such a nice thing to do on Christmas Day, and it's lovely because actually there's also quite a lot of other people that do it. So I love going out because everyone's just like, Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas. So it's really fun. It's a really, really nice thing to do. It just feels really festive, and you're seeing other people feeling bright as well. So yeah, absolutely, definitely something worth doing. If you do go on a nice walk on Christmas Day, take a photo, pop it up here, and let us know that you did your Christmas Day walk, and I will let you know how mine goes as well. Hi, Annie. I'm glad you found those tips helpful. Thanks for letting me know. All right, ladies, I will pop that link below for the challenge, and good luck for the rest of the week. Keep breathing and you will get there. All right, take care. Bye.